All right, welcome back. It is Eric Arnold here on this Wednesday, October whatever, about midday. And apologize, we've been off for a couple days. So we're going to try to catch up here. This is our weekly recap video. Well, we're going to recap our season to date, or season total. The regular season's over here in Major League Baseball. 26 units, roughly speaking. That's what we ended up to the good. All right. I mean, we did it. We did it. Our guest handicapper, Pittsburgh Louie, who faithfully made his picks in the comments pretty much all year. He ended up around 14 units. Hey, I feel real good about that. You know, I think we gave you good value here for your money, which was nothing. Your money was nothing. All you had to do was give up a little bit of your time to get the picks. And for the most part, more often than not, they were winners. So looking forward to next year. We've already had preliminary conversations with Louie. And by that I mean I sent him a text as far as maybe he and I could collaborate next year, you know, prior to making the videos, because he and I used totally different methods, and a lot of our picks this year were at cross purposes where, you know, he'd pick one game, I'd pick the complete opposite. So if we can weed those out, I think we can probably boost both the winning percentage and the units and maybe really do some business. So I'm kind of semi-enthusiastic about that, thinking there's possible room to run here where we can do even better than we did this year. I would like to take one moment just to have a moment of silence for everybody that trashed me in April and up in early May as far as loser, you suck, your picks suck, you're a loser. A moment of silence for those people. You lost. You were wrong. So, sorry. We do have the winner of tonight's game of death in the National League. I think we have a pretty good look at this one. I just did a couple preliminary queries of my database here, and it's like, that's interesting. Okay, I think we got a pretty clean look at this one, so I feel good about that. So here's some general thoughts on the baseball playoffs. I'm thinking out loud. Yeah, we'll do that. Well, I guess our college football video, that'll come out maybe tomorrow. Hopefully get everything done and get it out to you earlier than we have been. We're trying to do that. It's just, you know, these videos take time, and I don't have a hell of a lot of it. We were 9-7 in last week's college football. I think our year-to-date record is 36-28, which breaks down to exactly 9-7. So that's about 56% winning percentage, right on schedule. If you can hit 56% winners, they'll put you in the Handicapping Hall of Fame. So we're hoping we can keep that up. The leaners weren't any good, but then I'd have no faith in those anyway. So the ones I put my money behind, 9 winners, 7 losers. So we'll have to, we'll try to clean up the leaners, see if we can do a little better there. But 56% so far in college football. The NFL, I just haven't had time to get to that. Just haven't gotten to it. I guess the one thing I noted in the NFL, I guess Urban Meyer has gotten himself in trouble. I'm an Urban Meyer fan. I'm a little disappointed to see him wrapped up in this. I almost, it's like, oh, come on, man. You're embarrassing me. Come out stronger than this. It's like, I just want to see him just come out and go, I went out to a bar and some girl wanted to dance in my lap, and I thought it would be impolite to say no, knowing that everything I do is on camera. So I thought, I'll just let her do it. And, you know, if you think I took her back home and had sex with her, thanks for the compliment. I didn't, because I'm an old man. But Thanks for thinking I could hook that up. This is between me and my wife. And I would coerce my wife to put something out there too. If I was Urban, I would, hijack her Twitter account and put something out there under her name. I'd do it myself if I had to. If she wouldn't do it, then I'd come out even stronger over the top and tell her to hit the pike. I'm Urban Meyer, goddammit. It's time he stops whining like a little girl and starts acting like Urban fucking Meyer. I'm the winningest coach ever to hit the streets. I'm the big swinging dick. I am Urban Meyer. But he's acting like this sniveling little apologetic girl. It's like, oh, this is embarrassing, man. I mean, the only other thing I could think of is he's trying to get himself fired so he could take the SC job. I guess. I mean, seems like there are more manly ways to go about doing that, but I don't know. So it's interesting. I still think the guy's a good head coach, but it's hard to win when everybody's laughing at you. So I don't know what his end game is here. I don't know. It's like, I thought you were smarter than this, Urban. It's like watching, Joe the Clown Biden pull out of Afghanistan. It's like, you can't be that stupid. I know I don't want to compare the intelligence of Urban Meyer to the intelligence of Joe Biden, because that's an insult to Urban Meyer. But it's like, what's the end game here? And you can't be that stupid. You can't be. There's got to be more at play here. But at the moment, I don't see it. Urban Meyer just seems to have wrapped himself up in this bad situation of his own making, and I can't see, what he's playing at here, what his strategy is. Anyway, that was a thought on the NFL. Baseball playoffs, I glanced at the odds here. I think I even made a slide, so we'll throw it up there. Obviously, you don't want to take the Yankees. That would be a bad bet, I'll tell you that. But the Dodgers at plus 175, I think, is crazy. If you want them, you're nuts. I mean, that's just bad value. They could lose tonight. They could lose tonight and be out. At plus 175, that just means they have almost, you're playing them like they're a minus 300 in every series or something. It's nuts. It's the chances them. I don't like futures that much because I just think there's no value there. That the VIG is so high that there's no value. The only ones to me that looked even moderately worth playing might be the Giants, might be the Rays. I believe they will be my picks to go to the World Series. Everybody's been picking against the Giants all year long. All they've done has been one of the best values in MLB in like the last 10 years. And I guess now they haven't folded through 162 games, but now is when we get them, right? Now they'll fold. Maybe not. They're going to be, if they end up playing the Dodgers, let's just say for fun they are, they're going to be 2-1 underdogs in that series probably, and I think that's crazy, especially now that Max Muncy's out. He's probably their best position player, and they're missing him. So Albert Pujols is not a credible replacement for Max Muncy. He's simply not at age 41. He's not. So I can't see any other way to find value in the National League other than looking at the Giants. The Brewers, I kind of liked them initially, and I thought, well, yeah, they're probably going to beat the Braves. But then now they just don't score very much, and losing one of their key pieces in the bullpen is going to hurt them. That guy that punched the wall like a moron and knocked himself out of the playoffs, Devin Williams, that's going to hurt them. So kind of looking at the Giants as the National League representative. I've said all year Tampa, I think, is the best team in the American League. They just do team things. That's a team that really doesn't do anything poorly. They score runs. They've got a great bullpen. They've got okay starting pitching, but then, they've somehow, I think they're taking the game to the next level, and they're blurring the lines between what's a starting pitcher and what's a relief pitcher. And ultimately, I think they're creating a new model that'll probably go for the next 10, 20 years, that you won't have starting pitchers anymore. You'll have guys that throw, 150 innings and 100 innings, and everybody will throw 100 innings, and we'll be used to this guy will throw 2, 3 innings. This idea that I'm going to take my 5 best pitchers and pitch them as much as possible, that seems to be getting blurred a little bit. But the Rays are doing it successfully. They catch the ball. They have some speed. They got youth. They got veterans. I like the Rays. I mean, after that litany of crap I just gave you, how could I not like them? But I think the Astros, I think they'll be the team that plays the Rays, but I'm going to say the Rays. I mean, especially because you're getting better value. I mean, I think they're better than the Astros, and you're getting better value than the Astros. So you got to be looking at Tampa there, I think. Got to be. So those are the 2 places I would look, if you have to play a future, if you desperately need that action, that's where I'd be. The way I would do is just play the game. In other words, play the individual games. The VIG is much more fair towards the player rather than playing that future. Anyway, all right, so that's the playoffs there. Look, tonight, I think we have a pretty good look here at the playoff, the game of death, and this is a big game. I mean, this really is an interesting game where you have the Dodgers. They've won 106 games, and they're in a wild card one-off, you could be eliminated deal here. That very rarely happens. And the team they're playing is good. The Cardinals have won, like 20 out of the last 22 games or something crazy. They're on a real roll. So one of these deals where it's like, man, we got to play those guys now? Oh, come on. That ain't right. So are we taking the team that has all the wins, the team that's the defending champion, or are we taking the super hot team, the Cardinals, that's going to catch lucky with the greatest winning pitcher ever, Adam Wainwright, on the mound? What are we doing here? Well, I think the clear answer there is we're going to take the Dodgers. I thought the answer would be the opposite, but after I took a look at some things here this morning, I was like, how about that? I guess the value is actually on the Dodgers, if you can believe that. And even with that crazy high number it is, the Cardinals are a public underdog, and you know what happens to public underdogs? They get killed, they get slaughtered. What does that mean? That means most of the money, most of the bets are coming in on the underdog. Normally, if you just have Team A versus Team B, whatever, Spy 1 versus Spy 2, it doesn't matter, the generic teams. If Team A is a favorite, usually, a little more money is going to come in on the favorite. That's just the way bettors are, Americans are. They just generally, all right, well, they're probably better than that other team, so I'll just go ahead and bet on the best team, right? So a public underdog is they've set the number so high that people think it's a trick, it's a trap. They think the underdog's actually better than what the book sets the number at. So now people actually want to bet on the worst team because they think there's value there. Usually that's a trick. When everybody's coming in on the underdog because they're so certain that that team is not being accurately assessed as far as its value, that's usually a trap. It's a trick. And I think that's what this is. Did you know, if you go back, my database goes back about 2004, teams at home that have the type of price that is set up tonight, around minus 200 and up. They win that game 80% of the time. 80% of the time. That's minus 400. Do I have that right? I don't know. I'm talking off the top of my head. I might be right. Minus 400. That might be right. Whereas we're only paying minus 200, 220, 230. Now, we're going to play the run line. I think that's just going to kind of keep our liabilities down a little bit, just to protect ourselves, so we don't, we were upwards of 30 units there, and then we had a couple real bad, double up minus 200 losses, which really suck. Those goddamn Red Sox. I mean, they're in the NLDS now, but they couldn't beat the goddamn Orioles for us last time out. So, so we'll protect ourselves on the downside with the run line. I think we'll be fine there, because if a team's going to win, they're going to win, I think. The Dodgers, they're going to win this game. It's probably going to be a multiple run win. I don't think they're going to squeak out a one-run deal in extra innings or what have you. I think they're going to just go on and win it. Now, as far as the pitching matchups go, with the great Adam Wainwright, who I keep telling you is one of the best values of any starting pitcher ever. If you look at how many wins he has, how many losses he has, his return on investment, in other words, if you just bet $100 on Adam Wainwright every start of his career, you'd be making 10% on your money. That's unheard of. He's lost 8 of his last 9 starts in the playoffs. So, the greatest regular season pitcher ever. How about that? Scherzer, he's not great in the playoffs either, but since he's become Max Scherzer, Superman, in the last 3 years, he's won his last 5 playoff starts in a row. So I think Max Scherzer is going to show tonight, and he's going to do his thing. You got guys like Scherzer, it's a real deal, and then you got guys like Garrett Cole or frauds. Scherzer's the real deal. He's going to go out and pitch well tonight. Wainwright, I'm going to say maybe yes, maybe no, but it won't matter. The Dodgers are going to do enough to get some runs and win this game. That's how we're looking at that. Like I said, 80% of the time, the favorites in the playoffs cover, or not cover, win the game. So we feel pretty good about this. Feel pretty good. Think there's value there. What else? That's all we got. I think we'll make a politics barn video since I'm here. Like I said, I've been busy the last couple of days. That's why you haven't gotten any videos. So to recap, winning year for us in MLB. We may have the occasional opinion here in the playoffs. I don't think we're going to have many of them. This one just kind of jumps out at me a little bit. I think we do have some value here tonight with the Dodgers. They're a fantastic home team, too. The Dodgers are a fantastic home team. So, there's that. What else? Nothing else. We'll try to get the college picks to you by tomorrow. No guarantees. I don't know what'll be next. I don't know if we're going to just stick with college football throughout the fall and maybe try to wrap in some NFL, or if we're going to try to get into the college basketball again. We had some initial success with college basketball 2 years ago before the world ended, and I kind of like to get back to that I felt like we had some things going in the college basketball realm that was successful, and I'd kind of like to get back to that, just because there's so many games there. It's kind of like baseball where you can hit 53%, but there's so many games that you can generate 3 and 4 and 500 picks. And next thing you know, you're up 26, 27 units. Whereas college football, the only way you're going to get that kind of units to the good is have some crazy winning percentage or risk more of your bankroll play more units per game, and that's dangerous. And we don't like doing that because we like to protect on the bankroll side here. We live in a barn. We got low overhead. We don't have a lot of money, so we don't want to just go risk it all. Yeah, let's bet 5 units on that game. Well, you bet 5 units on a game, pretty soon, if you're not lucky, your bankroll is going to be down to nothing, and then you're going to be playing like, I'll play, 0.2 of a unit because that's all I got. So yeah, that's why we're thinking college basketball, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, good. Thanks. We appreciate you being here. Appreciate the loyalty. Well, let's go Dodgers. Hey, hit the like button. That always makes us feel good here in the barn, and by us I mean me. And if you're new, subscribe. I can't remember. We had no heart spared and higher synth, where I think I knew subscribers. So we'll see if we can't pick up a few more of those. And if at the rate we're going, I figure we'll get to 1,000 somewhere around 2040. It's a definite increase, but it's a slow increase. So it's all right. That's all right. I have good health. I expect to be around for a while. So we're all right. Good. We'll talk to you later. Signing off.